games launched with people like Shroud and Doc playing it. They had pro Call of Duty players going, this game's the shit. This is the best battle royale out there. Well, guess what happened? That happened. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ethan Bernard, and I have some things to discuss with you in today's video. It's really interesting. So this story that is on Dirty Bomb's official website, the lovely people at Splash Damage have reached a point where they are not financially stable with the player count that Dirty Bomb has. Now, this was a long time coming. Dirty Bomb's never been a huge game, but it's always had a pretty consistent player base, and it's a really great community. If you haven't played the game, I highly recommend it. They are shutting down live development and updates on Dirty Bomb. Now, you go look up Dirty Bomb now and you see a Eurogamer article, right? Dirty Bomb shutting down. That's not entirely true. Okay. Splash Damage simply states that they're not in a financial position to support the game any longer, but they will be keeping live servers up. Weekend events and stuff like that are going to be happening. Free merc rotations, their social media accounts, all that stuff's not going anywhere. There will just be no more patches after the bug fix that they're releasing a few weeks from now, and they're not going to be having any special events or any new mercs or any of that. So this is not a good thing by any means, but the game isn't just getting shit on, right? Like, the game's not going anywhere, okay? The player base that it has will probably be there for a while. Now, will a lot of the players leave after they see this? Yes. A lot of them will leave without even reading into it. They'll just see the headline of the article and go, well, that game's fucking dead, and leave, okay? Don't be that person, all right? If you enjoy Dirty Bomb, keep playing it. There's always going to be people to play with. There's always been a consistent 1,000 people daily on a high note. Usually around 1 p.m. Eastern every day, there's in between 800 people and 1,000 people playing. Everyone has a good time with it. However, I do think that Dirty Bomb is going to go through the Titanfall 2 effect. Titanfall 2 was a great game when it released. You could hop in, have a good time playing casually. And Dirty Bomb, 6 months from now, I think is going to fall into the same situation where Titanfall 2 did, where after release, around 3 to 6 months after release, the only people playing it were people who really, really liked the game. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're like all these super competitive, oh, I'm going to get you, always top of the leaderboard people. But these are people that have a lot of experience in the game and people who are very competent at what they do. This means that 6 months from now, and this is just prediction, okay? This isn't fact by any means. That who knows what's going to happen. Maybe Dirty Bomb will be the #1 game. Highly doubt it, but it could happen. Okay, 6 months from now, I think Dirty Bomb is going to be in a place where it's going to be very hard to hop in and play casually. I think the only people who are going to be in there are going to be people who have played hundreds and hundreds of hours of this game, and whether they're even trying or not, you're going to have a really hard time fighting unless you give it your all. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to just sit there and constantly try hard in games. Now, I can do that, and I have done that before, and I've done it recently. Like this weekend, we've been grinding Black Ops 4 multiplayer. I've been trying as hard as I can to get as much experience and level up as fast as possible so I can try out everything the game has to offer and give you guys my thoughts on it. Now, I'd like to hop into games and just have a good time. Play casually, play with some fun loadouts, some fun characters, try out some fun things to do, mess around by meleeing some people, you know, troll some people. It's all fun and games, right? There's literally, video games are made to have fun, but I don't think Dirty Bomb's going to be in a place where it's going to be easy for a casual player to hop in and have fun. I think to win or to have fun in the game, you're going to have to put a really big effort into it to try to overcome those players that have so many hours. Even if they're trying their ass off or just playing casually, they have hundreds of hours into the game, and they have so much experience that if a new player tries to hop in, or if I try to hop in casually, it's going to be a really bitch time to try to kill them. You know, you got the proxies that have mastered wall jumping that are going to be hopping around with shotguns and placing proxy mines in spots you didn't even know existed. You're going to get blown up every time you walk around a corner. You're going to have the Vasily mains that sit in the back and pop your head off every time you peek your little face out. You know, it's annoying, and it's counterable if you try your ass off, but I don't want to always have to try. Now, Dirty Bomb is an amazing game to hop into and play casually, and my fear is that this game's not going to be in that place 6 months from now. Now, I have some interesting things open here because there were a few other games I wanted to talk about today. First of all, let's look at the Steam charts for Dirty Bomb, all right? It's peaking at in between 800 and 1,000 players every day around noon or 1 Eastern. That's typically the peak, right? Like 1,000 players, 890, 853, 902, 838. It's all in between 800 and what was the max? 1,068, okay? That's a 24-hour peak. So Dirty Bomb is not necessarily going anywhere. There's always going to be that chunk of players that you can get on and play with and have a good time with. But I don't think it's going to be a very casual environment by any means, especially considering all the people playing through Face It. If you go into Face It and try to play casually, you're going to get some shit talked to you because that is a very competitive environment, and the people that play in that type of environment care about winning almost more than anything. It seems like it's very rare to come upon a teammate that's like, yeah, I'm just playing for fun. That doesn't happen in stuff like ESE, Face It, etc. Now, the other game I wanted to talk about in today's video is a very interesting case for me. Okay. Islands of Nyne Battle Royale. Islands of Nyne Battle Royale was a Battle Royale game released by Define Human Studios, if I remember correctly. Define Human Studios released this game on Steam, and they were the shit. These developers went into this game's launch with people like Shroud and Doc playing it. They had pro Call of Duty players going, this game's the shit. This is the best Battle Royale out there. Well, guess what happened? That happened. Okay? They were not able to provide an experience that was accessible, optimized, fun to play as other games, and they just got overridden. This was probably during a free-to-play period, 7,200 players. That's respectable. If my mind is telling me the right thing, I believe that's around the peak that Lawbreakers had actually was around 7,200. I could be wrong. Could be more. Could be less. But this game was the shit. You had pro players tweeting out Islands of Nyne is the next big thing. You know, you had all these huge creators playing it. And then, look at this. You have all these people playing it. Let's go to the 6. So this is the 3-month. Okay. In July, you have 2,100. And then all of a sudden, right here, around here, end of August, beginning of September, there becomes a player count where it's kind of hard to find a match. You know, Battle Royale games are meant to have 50 to 100 players. I don't remember the exact lobby size in Islands of Nyne, but I know it was similar. Okay. So these guys were so like excited, like, yeah, we're going to launch the game. They honestly, it's a fun game, or at least it was when there were people playing it, but it could not compete with games at all. It couldn't compete with Fortnite. It couldn't compete with PUBG. And now that Black Ops 4 is out, there's no way in hell, in my opinion, that this game is going to be able to make a comeback. Unless they go free to play and they do a huge update that makes it stand out from other Battle Royales. I think Call of Duty is just kind of going to crush this under its feet unintentionally. And it is a shame, but at the same time, very, very soon after release, with these rapidly declining player numbers, it was pretty easy to see coming, especially within the last month or so, when there's literally been less than 100 people playing since around the end of September. Now, the Islands of Nyne Twitter account tweeted out a dev blog posted on October 12th. This is explaining their roadmap, and I cannot stress you guys enough how much this dev blog frustrates me for a few reasons. But the main one, player count, player base, and free are not mentioned in this. The only free thing is their free-to-play weekend where they're going to have a bunch of skins and stuff, and they're going to release the game at a discounted price, okay? They're not making it free-to-play. They're not talking about their player base. They're not acknowledging their player count. They're just kind of sitting here going, oh, look, we have all these new things coming. But I don't think these new things that they're making is going to be enough to bring their game back. Black Ops 4 is out now. Blackout is the shit. If you're playing a battle royale right now, it's either PUBG, Fortnite, or Blackout. Those are the three kings of the hill. Fortnite's still going, I guess. I haven't heard much about it lately since Blackout released. That's all I've been hearing about. PUBG's still going steady. You know, PUBG's there. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. H1's gone, right? This game's gone. You know, there's an interesting new battle royale coming out from Housemarque called Storm Divers. That's going to be a good one to look into. But once again, I think it's going to be overshadowed by all the big boys in the industry. But I don't think this stuff, like this is really cool, an energy bow, a hoverboard. But then you go to the Trello board they advertise, that stuff is coming Q1 2019. They can't afford to wait that long for stuff like this. Like, if they're gonna do something, I feel like they need to do it now. You know, the game's in early access. They're planning a 1.0 release for Q2 of 2019. Custom character models, all that stuff. You know, this is crazy to me. Like hoverboards, Q4 2018. So we'll see hoverboards by the end of the year. But in all seriousness, I don't think there's going to be a point within the end of the year, unless it's an organized event, where you can find a full match. You know, alien weapons, you know, the bow, all that stuff coming out. See, these are all really cool concepts, but honestly, to me, these look like cool concepts for like a single player game. This to me doesn't look, this looks like something you'd see in the Horizon Zero Dawn concept art, right? Like not obviously not quality wise, but just the concepts. This is the stuff that they'd have in like an art book of a game that you buy, not like for a battle royale game. You know, battle royale players, like the alien weapons, how does all this come into play? You know, they need to come up with a game plan to just get their game out there again. They need to get that player base back. And I don't think any of this fancy stuff is going to do the trick. Now, the stuff that they're working on is very respectable, and it's all cool, and I think it'll probably be really fun to play, but I think you're going to even have a hard time playing it. You know, you got a gauntlet weapon, you got new scope updates, new rendering updates, a whole bunch of skins and stuff. I don't know. And then you have all these people acting excited, but what are all these people? These people act excited, but then you go here, there's 5 people playing it. There's more than 5 people that commented on this. You would think, oh, at least the people that actually care to log into their website and leave a comment would actually be playing the game. Now, given it's 2:23 in the morning, I get that, but it's 16, 24-hour peak. I guarantee you, probably at least one of those people down there is one of those 16. At least I hope so. Otherwise, they're just, I don't know why they're commenting if they're not going to play the game. But anyway, I digress. This is just me ranting about a game that I'm very frustrated with. Okay, this Trello board particularly just kind of blew my mind that they're actually have to leave all this really cool stuff out to Q1 of 2019. Listen, guys, Black Ops 4 just released. Battlefield comes out, and I know that's not going to be a big one, but it's still a pretty big game. You know, they have their own battle royale. Blackout's out now. Battlefield's coming soon. If it hasn't already released, honestly, I don't know. You know, we got all these games. We got Red Dead coming out. You got Smash Bros. In December. Then coming into January and stuff. Like in February, you have Anthem. In March, you have The Division. And within all that, you have a bunch of single-player games coming out. You have Metro Exodus. You have the new Kingdom Hearts game. There's so much stuff coming out. Especially like stuff like Anthem and The Division and all those huge multiplayer games. They're going to overshadow little games like this by so much. Right now, or at least previously, I should say, when I made the video games or trash video, there wasn't a lot of games to play, and it was very frustrating to do. Now, those video games, like, there wasn't a lot to play. I was playing Dirty Bomb. Like, Dirty Bomb's not a very well-known game. It's just a game I remembered, and I saw it updated, and I returned to it, and I loved it. But now we're entering a point where these games are just being completely overshadowed by the competitors right now. Black Ops is out. Battlefield's probably out by now, honestly, or it may have gotten delayed or something. I don't remember. You know, Battlefield, Blackout, Red Dead is going to be huge. That game comes out in 4 days. That game's going to blow a lot of stuff out of the water. I think it's going to be one of those games that takes forever to get 100% in, and by the time people do that, the Red Dead Online comes out, which opens a whole nother world up. Okay? Oh my goodness. Well, enough with the Islands of Nyne rant. Best of luck to the team at Define Human Studios. I honestly don't think anything's going to happen with this game, but we'll see in the future. And I'm looking forward to see what they try to pull out of their ass to save the game this time. But there's one last game I kind of wanted to just scale over real quick. Was Battalion 1944. I invested in these games, by the way. All the games that are mentioned so far, I played. I played a lot of the alpha of Islands of Nyne. It was like the shit when it was in alpha, and then release hit, and the game just, whole thing's gone. You know, no one's playing it like a month after release. And I honestly couldn't figure out why at first, but then I realized like the consistency, the optimization, the accessibility, all that stuff is nowhere near the level of games like Fortnite, PUBG, etc. So it's kind of hard to compete against those guys, especially when the big creators, all the big streamers and stuff don't have their backs any longer. If they're playing it, other people are playing it. If they're not playing it, you're lucky to have a player base at this point with games like this. Battalion 1944 was another one of those games that had a lot of pro players saying like, oh, this is the shit. This is the Call of Duty we needed on PC. It's like Modern Warfare 2 or it's like World War II on PC or shit like that. It's so weird. Like, I liked this game when it came out. The beta was fun. The game is fun. It was early access, I believe. We played it for a couple weeks. It was really fun. It was solid. It was really kind of try hard, though. Once again, it's one of those games where you had to be really competitive and really competent to even compete at all, because you would have to jump around corners with SMGs, or there would be people that would be running the bolt action sniper exclusively just to hop around a corner, boom, one shot a guy point blank or some shit, because it was easy and the developers made it that way. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but that's just how people play. People are going to find the best thing that they can do to get the easiest experience they can. If you're good at aiming, use a sniper. You can hop around a corner, quick scope a couple people without them even touching you because of how this game is built. Mobility was a huge thing. Jumping was a huge thing. Crouch shotting was a huge thing. It was like the Call of Duty 2 of PC, and it was fun. But now, 6 players. They have more people playing than Islands of Nyne. Now, given both of these games have a very similar following, at least in social media accounts, right? So I'm assuming the community and such is all within a good margin of each other, but just there's no way they can compete, you know? Call of Duty World War II releases, and that's what a lot of people are playing now. Given I heard that game wasn't very well optimized on PC, so that's where Battalion came in, but it's still not the core Call of Duty experience. It's not an official game. It's just kind of a project or a passion project, if you will, that ended up not turning out very well in the long run. Now, at least 38 players with a 24-hour peak, that's enough to play a few matches of Battalion, and I'm sure there's always a few people playing, like for competitive events and such, that they mentioned down here, and that's all fine and dandy. All the power to them. With Islands of Nyne, you look at the player count, they have 16 as a 24-hour peak. 16 players is less than a third of the lobby needed to play. Like, you get 16 players, sure, hop in on the game. If I hopped in right now, there'd probably be 3 people running around with their dicks out in the free-for-all gun game mode that's preemptive to the lobby, and the game would never launch. The game would force launch itself 10 minutes later. One guy dies to the zone, one guy gets killed, and then it's over. You got a 3-player battle royale match. Now, that's a good game concept. Drop 3 people down in a room, see which one dies first. Boom, some shit like that. Mini royale. Boom, sell it. You know, screw me. I don't know what to tell you about these type of games. I just wanted to make this video because I thought it was very interesting. Seeing the news about Dirty Bomb just made me think of dying games, right? Like just dead games. And ironically, Dirty Bomb isn't one of those specifically. Dirty Bombs have consistency for a long time now. If you look at the 3-month, like even the 1-month scale, look at how consistent it is. I don't know what this little dip was there, but that's probably a server outage or something. But look at the 3-month scale, you know, since September, it's actually had a slightly higher player base than it did over here. So it's just all super consistent. When 1.0 released, it's like, boom, Dirty Bomb's back, which it was. It was so fun to play. And now we're just kind of on a steady drive. You know, that's the 3-month for Dirty Bomb. You look at the 3-month for Islands of Nyne, and it's just, pew, and now it's dead. You know, same thing for Battalion. It's just kind of, pew, all the way down. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments below about all this dead game stuff. Dead game, lol, right? Like, that's going to be probably the first comment on this video. But I just find it very interesting to see what's happening in the industry with these type of games. Best of luck, by the way, to the people at Splash Damage Games. Dirty Bomb was an amazing experience. I'm looking forward to see what you do next. Best of luck on all future projects. I wish nothing but the best for you guys. Islands of Nyne, good luck. Battalion 1944, I honestly don't know if anything's happening in this game. The actual Twitter account hasn't tweeted in quite a while. Back on September 30th, 2 months ago, was the last time they tweeted about some tournament weapon, it looks like. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I don't think anything's happening for Islands of Nyne or Battalion 1944 anytime soon. Dirty Bomb, I'm really hoping doesn't get the Titanfall 2 effect, but unfortunately I think that's what's going to end up happening to it, where you'll still be able to hop in and have a good time if you know what you're doing, but if you're a new player, you're going to be struggling quite a bit. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'll read and respond to every single one. It's kind of been looking kind of empty down there lately. Okay, so can we get some comments up in there? All right, anyway, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, naysayers, how y'all been? It's been a minute, but I'm in it to win, and I ain't finished. This is the starting gun, and I'ma run it to the front until I'm number one, son. This is a rhythmic defibrillation, innovative old school to thrill the nation. I've been patiently waiting and building steam, but I'm back with the bounce like a trampoline. Oh please, I feel it bubbling up. It's 10 times bigger, but it's never enough. You gotta get up early.